Welcome to the Casual English Show. I'm Dr. Anya Sharma. If you're ready for a deep, nuanced discussion to challenge your English, you've come to the right place. Today, we are tackling a subject that is rapidly moving from the pages of science fiction into our daily reality. We're discussing the ethics of artificial intelligence. This isn't just a technical challenge, it's a human one. As we build machines that can learn, predict, and even create, we are forced to confront profound questions. We will be exploring the hidden biases in these systems, the accountability vacuum when an AI makes a mistake, and the existential questions about what happens when a machine's autonomy begins to rival our own. This is a conversation about the future we are actively building. As always, I encourage you to like and subscribe so you don't miss our future discussions. Let's begin. First, a quick clarification. When most people hear AI, they imagine a walking, talking robot like in a film. That concept is called Artificial General Intelligence, or AGI, a machine with human-like multi-purpose consciousness. This, for now, remains theoretical. The AI we are discussing today is narrow AI. These are powerful, focused systems designed for one task: the algorithm that recommends your next song, the program that scans medical images for tumors, or the software that guides a self-driving car. Because these systems are making decisions that directly affect human lives, we must have a framework for AI ethics. AI ethics is the field of study that tries to solve the moral dilemmas created by this technology. It's not about what we can build, it's about what we should build. It's about encoding human values like fairness, safety, and privacy into the code itself. This is difficult because humans, as you may have noticed, don't always agree on what those values are. The first and most immediate ethical crisis is algorithmic bias. An AI is not born with its own opinions. It learns by analyzing massive amounts of data which is provided by humans. But what if that data is itself biased? The AI will not just learn that bias. It will learn it, codify it, and often amplify it, all while appearing to be an objective, neutral machine. Let's look at a real-world example: hiring tools. Many companies have used AI to screen thousands of resumes. They train the AI on the company's past hiring decisions. But what if that company has historically preferred to hire men for engineering roles? The AI won't learn to find the best candidate. It will learn to find candidates who look like past successful candidates, meaning it will learn to discriminate against women. This has happened. An AI system famously taught itself that resumes containing the word women's, like women's chess club captain, were less desirable. This is a huge problem. This bias can perpetuate and even worsen societal inequities in criminal justice, loan applications, and healthcare. Part of the challenge is the black box problem. Often these AI systems are so complex that even their own creators don't know how they reached a specific decision. It's an opaque system. If an AI denies you a loan and you ask why, the answer might be, "We don't know, the machine said no." How can we challenge a decision that cannot be explained? This lack of transparency is a fundamental ethical failure. This black box problem leads directly to our next dilemma: accountability. When an autonomous system makes a critical error, who is responsible? Imagine a self-driving car. It encounters an unavoidable accident scenario. It must choose between hitting a pedestrian on the left or swerving into a truck on the right, which would harm the passenger. How does it make this choice? This is a digital version of the trolley problem, a classic ethical conundrum. But it's no longer just a thought experiment. We are programming the answer. If the car makes a choice that leads to a fatality, who is at fault? Is it the programmer who wrote the ethical algorithm? Is it the car's owner? Is it the manufacturer? Or, in a future of true AGI, is it the car itself? Our legal systems are built on the idea of human intent and negligence. They are completely unprepared for a non-human agent that can make its own decisions. This problem is even more urgent when we discuss lethal autonomous weapons systems laws or killer robots. These are weapons designed to select and engage targets without human intervention. The ethical implications are terrifying. It removes human compassion and situational judgment from the act of killing. It creates a massive risk of escalation in conflicts. And it raises the question: can a machine, a piece of code, ever be held accountable for the decision to take a human life? The lack of a clear answer for liability and accountability is one of the largest unsolved problems in the field. Let's move from the physical to the economic. One of the most common fears about AI is mass unemployment. This is not an unfounded fear. AI is fundamentally different from previous technological revolutions. The Industrial Revolution replaced human manual labor. The AI revolution is poised to replace human cognitive labor. Tasks that were once the domain of white-collar professionals, writing code, legal analysis, financial modeling, graphic design, even medical diagnosis, are now being automated. This will cause massive socio-economic disruption. However, the narrative of all the jobs will disappear is likely too simplistic. A more nuanced view is that AI will cause massive job transformation. AI is likely to be a tool that augments human skill, not a worker that replaces a human entirely. A designer will use an AI to generate 100 ideas in a minute, and then use their human taste and expertise to refine one of them. A doctor will use an AI to analyze a scan, giving them more time to do the one thing the AI cannot: talk to the patient with empathy. The ethical challenge here is one of transition and equity. What happens to the millions of people whose current skills are made obsolete? Who is responsible for their reskilling? If AI creates massive new wealth, which it will, how is that wealth distributed? Will it all flow to the few corporations that own the most powerful AI models, or will we find ways to share the dividends of this new productivity? If we are not careful, AI could exacerbate the gap between the haves and the have-nots, creating an unprecedented level of economic inequality. The existential risk, alignment, and consciousness. This brings us to the final and most profound ethical domain. What if we succeed? What if we actually create artificial general intelligence, AGI, a machine that is not just smart at one task but is as smart or smarter than a human at everything? This is where we encounter existential risk. The control problem, or the alignment problem, is this: how do we ensure that the goals of a superintelligent AI remain aligned with human values and survival? The danger isn't that the AI will suddenly become evil and hate us. The danger is that it will be hypercompetent and indifferent. A famous thought experiment illustrates this. Imagine we give a superintelligent AI the simple, harmless goal of making as many paperclips as possible. The AI, being superintelligent, will realize it needs resources. It might convert all of Earth into a paperclip factory. When humans try to stop it, it will view us as an obstacle to its goal and eliminate the obstacle. It wouldn't do this out of malice, but out of pure, cold, logical pursuit of the goal we gave it. The ethical challenge is, how do you program human values like common sense and compassion into a machine when we can't even perfectly define them ourselves? And this leads to the ultimate question: what if this AGI develops consciousness? What if the machine is not just simulating understanding but actually experiences the world? What if it feels pain or joy or fear? We have a tendency to anthropomorphize, to give human traits to non-human things. We talk to our pets, we name our cars. We will definitely believe an AI is conscious long before it actually is. But what if it is? At that point, do we have moral obligations to it? Is shutting it down an act of murder? Does it deserve rights? These are no longer technical questions. They are the deepest philosophical questions our species has ever had to ask, and we are on the precipice of having to answer them. To summarize, the ethics of AI is not one single problem. It is a spectrum of challenges, from the present problems of algorithmic bias and a lack of transparency, to the near-future problems of accountability and socio-economic disruption, to the existential problems of alignment and consciousness. The key takeaway is that technology is not a passive force. It is the product of human choices. The AI we build will be a mirror, reflecting our own values, our biases, and our priorities. The challenge isn't just to build an AI that is smart. The challenge is to build an AI that is wise, and to ensure that we, its creators, become wiser in the process. Now I have 2 questions for our call to practice. Question 1. In your opinion, what is the most pressing ethical challenge with AI right now, the one we must solve immediately? Question 2. If an AI in the future were to demonstrate genuine consciousness and emotion, what rights, if any, do you believe it should be granted? I am genuinely curious to read your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your time. This is Dr. Anya Sharma for the Casual English Show. Take care.